Hi guys, so my name is Rukii and I hope you all are doing well. So today I want to talk about a common question in my channel, and that is study tips. Since the exams are around the corner, I think now is a great time for me to talk about it. So let's get started. Chunking. Chunking means where you simply break down your material into parts and study them separately. So you do not have to study 10 long hours and then before the day of the exam. That's going to be too stressful. Instead, you break the study session into 1 hour study sessions and complete them in 10 days. For difficult lessons, you use few sessions rather than one sitting. Interleaving. Interleaving means if you have a habit of finishing one topic before going on the next topic. So interleaving is the exact opposite of that. In this method, you move between topics or subjects without completely finishing the earlier topic. A good example for that is doing a few maths questions and then study a few pages of history book before returning back to your maths lesson. However, you should make sure that you do not study similar content one after the other, as that can cause confusion. Teach someone. Studies show students who teach other students do much better on exams than students who simply restudy the material alone. This is because when you teach something, you find gaps in your knowledge. You can fill these gaps before the exam. Those who study by themselves only realize these gaps while writing the exam. Furthermore, teaching requires you to simplify everything you learn and explain it in understandable terms. To do this, you must first understand the material thoroughly. This technique is called the Feynman technique. It is one of the best study tips for exams. If you have done this method and you have passed your exams, do not forget to comment below whom you have taught. Write it down. Another study showed that students who take notes using a pen and paper do much better than who use their laptops. In the same study, they discovered that students who use the laptops take twice as many notes as those who use a pen and paper. I believe these results are due to the fact that you can never simply write down everything your teacher says using a pen and a paper. Therefore, you have to actually listen to the teacher and summarize what he or she says. As a result, this process requires more brain power and leads to better understanding. Flashcards. So this is the most important tip because I believe this tip does work for everyone. So while highlighting and color coding has not shown to influence a person's test score significantly, flashcards on the other hand has been proven to do so. Flashcards usually have a question on one side and the answer on the other side. The student must read the question and recall the answer without looking the other side. After the student answers the question, you check the other side for the answer. This allows the students to actively recall the information they have studied. This creates stronger neural pathways in the brain that will help during the exams. So if you are also using this method, please do not forget to comment below. Practice tests. So doing practice tests help you evaluate your understanding before the exam, giving you the opportunity to find out which material needs more work. This helps you fill in the gaps in your understanding before the exam. It also helps you learn to write answers more clearly and within the time frame of your exam. Moreover, students who never do practice tests often complain about not having enough time to complete the exam even though they knew all the answers. Therefore, timing your practice tests will help you perform better in exams. Among all the study tips for exams, this is very crucial. It doesn't matter how well you know the material if you cannot answer the questions within the given time. The other method is do not play music in the background. So I strongly believe that this method should be taken as in this should be followed, because even I personally believe that you shouldn't play background music. But some students have a habit of listening in music while studying. According to various studies, students who listen to classical music perform much better than students who listen to the other types of music. Compared to the other types, classical music is less distracting. Classical music without any vocals is even better, since the voice is distracting than the music itself. However, studying without any music is the most effective way to study. Therefore, if you have the habit of studying with music in the background, I suggest you that you shift to classical music without any vocals. But if you do not use music in the background, continue to do so, as is the most effective way. Priming. Studies have shown that having a certain place for studying helps you remember better. Make sure you use only this place for study activities. Then, when you sit at this place, your brain will know that you're going to study and prepare to remember the information right way. Studying on the couch in front of the TV, because these are resting places, and when you study at these places, your brain takes a while to understand what is happening. Make your own quiz. Take a book and read it with the intention of making a quiz. This will help you identify the most important parts of the material. Once the important points have been identified, turn them into questions and make a quiz. Now put it away at least a few days. A few weeks will be better. This is why when you finally do the quiz, you will be recalling your information from your long-term memory rather than short-term memory. Another good trick is to get your friends involved. You and your friend both make quizzes, and then a week later you exchange them and you do the other person's quiz. Then together both of you can discuss the answers. By getting your friends involved, you will learn important material that you may have missed when you read the content. Make sure you do not get into a contest with your friends to see who can make the most difficult quiz. This will be unproductive and waste of your time, since the exams usually cover the most important parts of the material and not the most difficult bits and pieces of information relevant to the content. So if you have done this with your friend, do not forget to tag this to her. Let's say the lecture notes for certain topic is 10 pages long. What you need to do here is to identify the most important information and summarize it into a note of 1 or 2 pages. This helps to identify the most important parts of the lecture. Also, you have a set of notes that you can review the day before the exam. Studying summarized notes the day before will take a lot of pressure off you and help you perform better in the exam. Relax. An exam is stressful, I understand, but you have to relax. And you may think studying until the last minute is a good idea. No, but this is not true. It is better if you can relax and believe the right answers will come to you when you get the paper. That does not mean that you should not study in advance. It means you should prepare early and also take the sufficient breaks and make sure you get enough sleep, so that when you write the exam, your brain will be functioning properly. Lack of sleep and too much stress will reduce your memory and decrease your reasoning skills. Neither of them is beneficial during an exam. So I hope these tips were really useful for you all, and if you feel that you need to share this with your friend, do not forget to comment below, or you can share the video with her as well. And I hope this video was really actually useful for you all. If you feel that, do not forget to comment below, and also comment below which tips work for you or if you have any other tips which works for you, you can also comment that below, so that is going to be useful for others as well. And if you are new to this channel, do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel and show some love. Thank you.